I'm happy to say, for the first time in what feels like forever, the Boston Bruins win. The Boston Bruins win 3-0 over the Philadelphia Flyers and didn't waste a fantastic performance from their goalie, Joonas Korpisalo, this time. They still struggled to play the right way for a full 60 minutes, but did not lose to the Flyers this time. The Boston Bruins are now 5-6-1 on the season and are now 4th in the Atlantic for now. They played an afternoon game, so a bunch of teams in their division need to play. The team showed up and saved their coach one more day from the hot seat that is now lukewarm again. So buckle up, Bruins fans. I'm here to give you the latest info on your beloved Boston Bruins. If you've been liking my Bruins content, please leave me a like and subscribe. If you've already done so, thank you, and let's get into it. Honestly, it feels good to say the Boston Bruins won and played a good hockey game. My daughter had her own game today, so I had to watch the third period when I got home from her game. She got 13 goals today, so I'm extremely proud of my little girl today, and the Boston Bruins won. Let's look at the roster they went with, because, as always, Montgomery is going to keep us guessing and have some lines that are just a little bit in the blender. Korpisalo got the start, as he should, after playing good enough to win the last time they played Philly, and let's be honest, Swayman didn't play well last game. Even though Montgomery said he thinks Pastrnak and Lindholm don't have chemistry, he had them back together with Marchand on the left, Coyle with Zacha and Brazeau, Frederic with Patra and Geekie, and finally the line that should never be messed with again, Beecher, Kostelic, and Koepke. Wotherspoon is in on defense as Peak, who had a rough game previously, took a seat in the press box. Now, do I wish we got a full 60 minutes out of them? Yes, but a win is a win. The first period they came out flying and looked like the team that knows their coach's job is on the line. And it's up to them to save them. They finished checks, they separated the Flyers from the puck to make turnovers, they played with pace, and Korpisalo looked sharp again. It felt like the Bruins kept causing turnovers and pushing the puck back up the ice to have opportunities in the Flyer zone. Yes, the Flyers are a terrible hockey team, but it was nice to see the Bruins playing the right way, and they got rewarded with Patra going to the net and getting his first of the year off a rebound shot from the point from Hampus Lindholm. Lindholm has a goal and an assist in his last 2 games and looks to be playing a lot better offensively from the start of the year, and I hope it continues. Patra has been buzzing offensively for the Bruins, but he hasn't been able to get a goal until today. He almost gets one in his next shift, but shoots a little wide. Maybe he'd been watching Zacha in practice. Trent Frederic has his best period of hockey all year. He used his strength to separate and cause turnovers, and he played with pace. Geekie didn't play bad either, and played a simpler game than we've seen him from any time this year. He played to his strengths and became support for Frederic and Patra, getting to the loose pucks and dishing it off to create chances. The real story of the period, though, besides the Bruins forwards' play, was that of Korpisalo that was making stellar saves and keeping the Bruins in the game. The shot attempts were 7-0 for the Bruins, with Marchand, Lindholm, and Pasternak's line on the ice in the first period. They were 8-2 with Frederic, Patra, and Geekie on the ice. These 2 lines played by far the best for the Bruins forward group in the first period. The second period was kind of ugly, as the Bruins went back to playing sloppy hockey and giving up odd man rushes, along with poor exits out of their zone. You know, as Bruins fans, I think we're just getting used to them not showing up for the second period. It's just like kind of a theme. They've been doing it since the Cassidy days. It looked to me like the Flyers made adjustments and were stopping the Bruins every time they had the puck. The good news was the Bruins defense and Korpisalo were up for the task. For the first time in a while, the defense didn't struggle to get the puck out of their zone and moved it up the ice. The forwards still gave the puck away after getting it, but the defense did a great job of letting Korpisalo see the puck so he could track it. Zadorov was a force out there and probably had his best game as a Bruin this year. Yes, I realize it was against the Flyers, but my hope is it's a sign of things to come. The defense spent most of the period making up for the Bruins' forwards' mistakes, and then Patra gets a slashing penalty that what I call a stupid penalty, because it happened and it didn't need to happen, because it didn't prevent a goal or change the outcome of the play. I honestly got a little worried here and thought we were about to all go downhill because the Flyers were kind of hemming the Bruins at that time. The good news is the Bruins killed the penalty, and not too long after that, Marchand makes a great pass to Brazeau in the slot, and it's 2-0 Boston. Brazeau literally just got on the ice from a line change and jumps into the play to rip one past the Flyers goaltender. After watching that period, I thought to myself, the Bruins are very lucky to walk away with a 2-0 lead. I wanted to mention that Charlie Coyle was a lot better on the PK, and by the end of the night was 74% at the dot. He didn't get on the score sheet, But he had a very solid game and was rewarded with such with 20 minutes in ice time, which was the most out of the forward group. The third period was a lot like the first. The Bruins played more structured hockey, keeping the Flyers to the outside, not giving up many chances, and clogging up that neutral zone, making it next to impossible for the Flyers to gain any ice. But it's only one game, and we've seen this before. They played great against the Leafs and then stunk out the joint every game after it until this one. Marchand would score an empty net goal, which, again, is nice to see because he has 3 goals and 2 assists since that game in Toronto. So now, Pasternak doesn't have to carry the offensive load. After the Marchand goal, though, all hell breaks loose, and almost all the 14 minutes and penalties the Bruins got come in the last couple minutes. But it was nice to see some pushback. Frederick had a good game, Coyle had a good one, and so did Hampus Lindholm. All these players needed to have good games because they've been kind of crap all year. The Bruins' power play, though, still sucked. 0-2 and needs a lot of work. I'm not having a parade after this game because, like I said, we saw this before. And they have Seattle tomorrow and Toronto on Tuesday. We have seen this type of play and got our hopes up, but we need consistency. After the game, Montgomery took a lot of the positives from the game, but again, he isn't going to say things have changed just yet.
What did you tell him going into the third period to sort of be aware of, be sharp?
It's to be on our toes. We don't sit back. We take away time and space, and we look to hang on to pucks in the ozone. We're not going to wait for negative things to happen. We're going to try and force the issue.
Another encouraging point is you get 2 even strength games.
Very encouraging, and the 5-on-5 goals that we got are the kind of 5-on-5 goals we're going to have to score. Where it's at the goal line, we outnumber people, and we find someone in the slot, or we crash the net.
What do you think of Korpisalo today, and how he's transitioned into this role this year, kind of coming over?
His last start was really good. You can see him get more and more confident, because when you see a goalie really be square and compact, the puck not a lot of movement, he's finding his groove. So it's someone that we believed in as an organization, before we acquired him, and now he's starting to really show his form.
Would be a bit of a break in form for you, but would you go back with him tomorrow?
No.
Your takeaway is what, in terms of points to build on?
Effort, outstanding. Hanging on the pucks in the ozone, getting to the crease, really good. Our checking in the neutral zone, good. And we still need to move pucks quicker in the D zone.
Is just the best part of tonight hearing that in the room? Just a bunch of happy guys?
Well, I think more of the attitude that's allowed that to happen. That's the most important thing, and it's something, again, we've won here our last 3 wins. We don't back it up the next night. I'm excited to see what happens tomorrow night from this group, what we deliver.
You didn't score a power play goal. You put Coyle in that first unit. What was your thinking in terms of the composition of that first unit?
We just wanted Marshy really good at the net front. Lindholm's biggest offensive year was exactly where he was tonight. Elbow. And his ability to make plays from there, right? So it's very similar design to the New York Rangers power play.
Brazeau, who since coming back in the lineup has played well for the Bruins, even though most of his teammates haven't, spoke to reporters as well.
It's always nice to hop on the ice and get a shot right in the middle of the slot. So it was a great play by Marshy, great change by Pasta, unselfish, changing on in the ozone. So yeah, it was nice.
Yeah. What is it that you're thinking when you pop over there in terms of what are you being aware of? What are you trying to think?
Yeah, I just knew Marshy had time behind the net, and I'm just trying to find a soft area for him. Obviously, he's got a ton of skill and he can make that play. So I was just trying to give him a spot so I can get it ready for a shot.
Charlie was talking just now about playing the right way. That to me says. Depending more on structure. Is it more than that? Is it structure? Is it enthusiasm, energy? What is it?
Yeah, it's kind of all those things. I mean, playing the right way is just, sometimes when there's a play could be made, but it might also go the other way, just, laying it behind, letting your forecheck go to work and stuff like that. Obviously, if there's plays to be made, make them, but I think we're really trying to simplify and just, not shoot ourselves in the foot, not try to turn pucks over in bad areas and let them go and get on their forecheck. So I thought we did a really good job of that, playing smart and making sure we're getting pucks out at the blue line.
It's been a struggle of late. Does this feel like a foothold for you, for the team-wise?
Yeah, it's a start. I mean, obviously it's only one game. We got to turn it over and do it again tomorrow. But yeah, I thought it was a really good step in the right direction.
Really looked like working pucks in the dirty areas and scoring off that way was kind of an emphasis going in. How big is that going forward and maybe building off this win? That kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, obviously, when you're struggling, the confidence isn't that high, so you got to do that stuff. You're not going to make the nice play all the time. You just got to be able to, put pucks in dirty areas, go in, battle it, get it out, and do.
Brazeau mentioned they want to simplify the way they play. I know a lot of players say this, but this is exactly what the Bruins need to do. Get back to their game, not worry about what the other team is doing. Make the other team worry about what they are doing, and stop chasing the play. The Bruins aren't out of the woods yet, and have plenty of hard games ahead of them. But they need to simplify the way they play and be consistent. All this win does is buy their coach another couple games. If they go out and have a stinker against Seattle and Toronto, we're going to be right back here talking about what can we do to fix this team. When they play a team game, good things happen. Korpisalo has seemed to find his game, and hopefully Swayman can get back to his game, and the two of them can at least give them a chance to stay in the game. And the Bruins might be able to win a lot more. I'm not even saying that goaltending is an issue, because it hasn't been an issue. At the beginning of the year, the goaltending was there for them, and the forward group and the defense were terrible. I'm just saying, if the Bruins can play like they did tonight with the goaltending we know we have, then we have more chances at winning hockey games. If they can beat Seattle, we know they will show up for the Toronto game, and then we have something to build on. But until then, I don't trust this team yet. That's a wrap on today's video. To stay up to date on all the news surrounding the Boston Bruins, please subscribe and drop me a like. If news breaks surrounding the Boston Bruins, be sure to check out the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, thank you, and I'll see you next time.